Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Energy Web token, aka just Energy Web. So this is one project that I've been always coming back to. I've been talking about it for a little bit of time. I think that's probably one of the most interesting and most diverse projects in the space with its respective use case, of course. We do see over here though, so I'm going to really kind of start with what I talked about back in the beginning of September, because I'm pretty sure I made a video back in the beginning of September and it was specifically on this topic about making Bitcoin green. Since then, we have seen a lot of updates around Energy Web. It's been a very long time since I talked about this token, like I said. I really do think that this is one of those hidden gems. We've been talking about Energy Web token for, I know that we were talking about it back in January. I want to say that we were talking about it back in 2021 as well, but this has been a long time coming. Energy Web token, in my opinion, is going to really kind of surprise a lot of people going forward. But we do see here, and this is including the White House's, this was their legislation to ban proof of work Bitcoin mining. We do see this is exactly what we are solving at Energy Web X with green proofs for Bitcoin. If you are a Bitcoin miner and want to prove to the White House and the rest of the world how green your Bitcoin mining is, or work with us to help you make it greener, there you guys have it. Right? So they are focused on making Bitcoin green because at the end of the day, a lot of these major agencies are really kind of focused on mining, especially around crypto. And we talked about this back in the beginning of September. I think that this is huge. And if you understand the potential around something like this, while we are also seeing a major issue arising around energy and, green energy and green crypto, then you will understand the value proposition around this, including something like Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin is the major leader behind crypto at the current moment in time, and it has been for a very long time as well. So being able to make that green and fully revolutionize the overall technology stack behind it in terms of like green proofs, that's a huge innovation. And it's a huge, I would argue that this is probably like a major opportunity as well if you are a Bitcoin holder or even a Bitcoin miner. But I've also shared my thoughts on Energy Web token on Twitter. I said, just kind of comparing it to some of these major top 10 gems, right? I said the upside on Energy Web token is actually ridiculous when compared to some top 10 gems. I don't doubt the team behind Energy Web token or what they are building. They are moving silently while everyone chases flashy gems that are overvalued. And here's just, a few, right? So first off, we have BUSD, XRP, and BNB. Now, there was no... I just grabbed, 3 random top 10 gems. It's not like I was looking for, any specific one. But look at the upside here. 127x at BUSD's market cap, 146x at XRP's market cap. And by the way, these are like $20 billion market caps, up to $44.1 billion. And I know that kind of sounds crazy, like, oh, only 20 to 40 billion. But in a market the size of crypto, at the all-time highs, with how much money we know is pouring into crypto, we know that 20 to 40 billion dollars in market cap is technically drops in a bucket. I do think that going into the next major cycle, 40 billion or 20 billion is going to really kind of look small in comparison to where most of these altcoins go at the all-time highs. And we could definitely reflect back to this video in the future at some point in time, because I do also believe that Energy Web token going forward is also going to make a ton of noise. And shout out to 10_41 over on Twitter. He's been talking about Energy Web token for a while as well. I also do want to give a quick shout out. So it's been a very long time since I actually gave him a shout out, and I'm pretty sure I haven't given him a shout out in a very long time actually, since my past and previous Energy Web token videos. But shout out to Crypto93 over on Twitter. Here's his @ name, as you guys do see. It's Crypto9 as the number, and then INE, and then 3, and then REE. Shout out to him. He really kind of put a lot of people on to Energy Web token in the Discord early on. Incredible individual, but I also said, everyone acting like Energy Web token is new. We have been stacking Energy Web token for a while. Shout out to Crypto93 for putting the entire Discord on. He's been truly killing it with Energy Web Token, and he has been stacking it for a very long time. And also shout out to 10_41. But we do see Energy Web token, looking to make a volatile move soon. Price action currently above 20-day moving average. Bollinger's bands are pinching, been consolidating in a bullish continuation pattern. Like to see a target somewhere in the yellow box. And here you guys have this sort of area that's been accumulating in terms of like the $3 and like 50 some cent zone to about like $4.22, and we do see that nice little moving average up there. I think that this is that's just his target box, not a actual moving average or anything like that. So that would be about $5.88. I could agree with that. I mean, it's a major resistance zone after we break out of this sort of downtrend, as you guys do see. So this would be very exciting to see. Is it going to be happening? Who knows? But I just figured I would, show you guys a little bit of TA on it, as well as, my level. I think that this is my level as well. Somewhere within the $5 range anyways. I think it was like this $5 range back here in terms of like major resistance. It's also like the top of this candlestick here. So that's my level right now that I'm looking at. And also we do see definitely green energy will be a trend next bull cycle. We'll load this up next year. It's the direction the world is going now. Green and alternative energy is inevitable, and this will be somewhere in the middle of it all. And I completely agree. In fact, let's go over here to October 10th. So they posted this on October 10th. The Inflation Reduction Act supercharged the energy transition, but the grid isn't ready. This year's Inflation Reduction Act IRA represented the U.S.'s largest ever budget commitment to addressing climate change, with a historical $391 billion pledged to a broad range of clean energy and electrification initiatives. And we do see that electric power, 25% of emissions, $30 billion for solar panels, wind turbines, batteries, geothermal plants, and advanced nuclear reactors. Transportation, 27% of emissions, $10 billion. This is centered on EV and renewable infrastructure manufacturing. Buildings, 13% as well. You guys can definitely see a little bit more around this. And together, these commitments have the potential to fundamentally transform the energy landscape in the U.S. To put it into perspective, consider the impact of the $1.7 billion of federal investment into solar research and development in just a 7-year period from 1974 to 81. Still, efficiencies tripled while costs fell by a factor of 5. So we are going to see a lot more, updates around this, given the scale and breadth of the IRA incentives. Experts forecast that clean energy could represent as much as 81% of all American electricity by 2030. So again, when we look at this, like, this is huge. And then we look down here at distributed energy resources, which, Energy Web is focused on. And the grid, DER, refers to grid connected products and services like small scale solar battery storage, EVs, smart appliances, and more, all of which share the common trait of being assets outside the direct control of visibility of energy utilities. On top of that, many of these DER can engage in bi-directional flows of both energy and money. So when we look at this, Energy Web is already kind of ahead of the game here. This is why I say, like, the green energy move, if you wanted to get ahead of that and invest in the technology stack behind this, or what could very well be behind this and really kind of fueling it, then Energy Web token would be your best bet. And I think that with all of their product support and their products that they already have in terms of their tech stack, it's very substantial. And we actually do see down here, but with nearly $400 billion to be spent, the uptake of solution will have to happen quickly. So there's a ton of money here. And again, like I said, Energy Web token at its current level doesn't really need that much money in order for it to actually pump. And I'm not saying that like this money's going to pour into Energy Web token or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, you could see the value proposition here in terms of the market share value that some of these major areas of focus around green energy have in it. And here we have like Energy Web token sitting at $44.1 billion with an upside of 261 at a potential price of $1,017. It's substantial. So again, just kind of put into perspective the value proposition here. And like I said, Energy Web token is definitely fueling a lot of this major digital infrastructure around energy. They're also democratizing energy as well, which is very exciting. And then also over here, we do see them continuously building and expanding. Energy Web joins Surpass to lay the groundwork for the deployment of European digital passport products. It's also very exciting. So we do see Energy Web joins the Surpass consortium, bringing together a core network of leading organizations in building the European vision for a unified digital product passport approach. So again, like, they are behind a lot of the major moves in regards to the entire system. DPPs are crucial for enabling the EU's transition to a circular economy as well. We do see a lot of discussions around this. I don't want to mention too much. Like, I don't want to go in depth on this and waste your guys' time or anything like that. But it is still more centered around, like, energy use and sustainability and things like that. Like, for an example, we do see in specific the project aims to deliver at least 3 DPP prototypes for the 3 sectors, as well as reaching agreements on key data for circularity and also sustainability. And we do see building a balanced and open community dedicated to the rollout of DPPs and beyond. Again, really kind of focused on sustainability as a whole. I mean, like, realistically speaking, it's all centered around digital technologies, how to make, value chain sectors and market participants really kind of being fully disrupted by this roadmap. And, I would say that Europe has been really kind of moving forward on a lot of major things around digitization. So this is a great, opportunity for them. I think that's right up their alley. And we do see Energy Web Foundation join Surpass and contributes to several working packages with the goal of setting a common EU DPP framework, exploring the integration of DPPs with different blockchain technologies, and using decentralized identifiers for the implementation of DPP. So again, another huge area of focus for Energy Web Foundation as well as Energy Web Token. So incredible insights. I mean, like I said, they are moving extremely fast. And just to recap what we've seen back in September, I do agree that we will most likely see a lot more updates this month. We've already seen some great insights from some major partnerships, some major discussions around, regulatory discussions, as well as policy discussions. I do think that going forward, we will see a lot more, because going back in September, their bi-weekly update, which is, by the way, due in like a few days. I think it's due in like 3 days. We did see here. So, first off, there was 2 major updates. One, Energy Web announces Energy Web X, formerly known as the Consortia Relay Chain. Excuse me. And then we've seen Japan Electric Power Exchange, Energy Web's newest member, plans to track all non-fossil certificates using Energy Web's solutions. Again, like I said, everything around electric power, energy in general, right, is all centered on Energy Web. Like, Energy Web's tech stack and solutions are powering a ton of things around the green energy movement and the global adoption cycle for this. This is insane to me. And we do see news: a timely text alert may have saved thousands of California residents from suffering power blackouts. And the news: Energy Web's solutions mentioned in Climate and Energy Implications of Crypto Assets in the United States, published by the White House. Again, listen, everyone knows Energy Web's name, essentially, if you are in a major agency or if you are looking at, disruptions within the electric and the energy sector. And it's not only the energy and, like, electric sector. Like, we are seeing, like, go and look at, like, the EV tech stack that Energy Web has over on their website as well. And they have a ton of other major solutions as well. Like, it's truly remarkable. And also, don't forget that Energy Web is also a major partner of the World Economic Forum. I know that a lot of people have a pushed agenda around this. This is around, like, sustainability. They are alongside 30 major industry players as well, all ready to explore the potential for Energy Web solutions and the Web3 technologies to fight climate change. I know, again, like, it's a touchy subject for a lot of people, but again, at the end of the day, this is very interesting because, when we look at the World Economic Forum, they have a ton of major partnerships with names like, we'll say, Ripple with XRP, Stellar as well. I think that they're partnered with Quant as well. Like, they're partnered with some major names, and most of those major names are, utility-driven major names around this sector. So, to me, Energy Web Token is just another major name around the space. And here's a few of their other major events that they had in September as well. They had a few updates. These discussions, these major events as well, if you guys have been paying attention to my Hedera videos, these events go a long way. Marketability, building connections, growing out the name, having people understand the tech stack and the technology layers behind something like Energy Web is huge for the success of the project as well as for the initiatives that they are taking. So these events are crucial. I'm excited to see the October updates because, again, a lot of them are going to be the ones that we just recently discussed, but we are going to also see a lot more updates from the Energy Web team. So very exciting. And with all that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on if you guys have more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, up to you all. Have a beautiful day, beautiful night, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.